We nod at the statue and turn back. Hey everyone and welcome back to In Stars in Time, where it is time to talk to Odile and Isabeau and finish off preparing our final family loop. Odile, it is your turn. Hello. Odile is here looking at what the shop has to offer. Odile! Oh, Seafine. You look rested. Glad to see you this late back on the day before the end of the world. Anyway, how can I help you? Can I help you with anything? Do I need help with anything? Are you this bored, Seafine? Odile seems to realize we're genuinely asking. Well... I'm looking for a certain type of book. Type of book? Not a specific book? No, not a specific book. It's a type of book called a family tale. Have you heard of those? Oh, I've heard the Boulangerie has one of those. What? What? Huh? Really? We wait a bit for her to calm down. We look at her repeat the same words over and over. Seafine, will you come with me to ask them if I can borrow it? It might take some time, so make sure you have time to help me. I have time now, if you want to go. Thank you. Let's go then. Zone out? No. We and Odile are now hanging out. We should head to the Boulangerie. Now the real question is, do I try to skip the whole scavenger hunt, or do I see if Seafried's deteriorating mental state has an effect on how they talk to the children? Hey there. Hello. We've heard you may have a family tale. A family tale? Of a family called Paparazzi. If you'd be okay with it, I'd like to borrow it for a little bit. The one I borrowed from my little girl before the house froze. I'm not a very good writer, so I figured reading another one would give me some inspiration for stories to tell my little girl. Do you have it still? I... do not. What? Do you know Antoine, maybe? He lives at the east of town, in the house with no flowers. Asked if he could borrow it. They knew the Paparazzi family, you see? I couldn't really refuse. The Paparazzi family died only a few years back, after all. Do you know if he still has it now? I don't see why they wouldn't. I have a sudden bad feeling about this. The house to the east of the village with no flowers, huh? Looks like we should go pay them a visit. Okay, but can we? Now. What about you? Do you know where the book is? Okay, I guess you actually can. I guess that means we're missing out on if Seafried's deteriorating mental state affects how they talk to the children. If you want to see that for yourself, play it yourself. A book? Seafried, we've just heard they don't have it. Let's go see this Antoine person already. This is the only book I have. She happily shows off the Paparazzi family tale. What? What? Oh my! So you had it, Charlene. Well, I suppose you two can borrow it now. We got the Paparazzi family tale. Finally. Seafried, how did you... I was just being thorough. Never mind. Thank you both. We'll give it back shortly. Take your time. Well, that saved us some time. We go back to the middle of the woods. I can't believe this took this long. But... finally. Odile looks at the closed family tale book intently. Aren't you going to read it? They said I could keep it until I have to leave Dormont, so I have time, but... We let her look at it for a little longer. Say the line, Seafried. Is it related to your research? Sorry, what? The book, is it related to your research? Well, I suppose I've kept it secret long enough. Don't tell Isabeau, alright? There is no research. I'm not researching anything. We try and act surprised! Sorry for not saying anything. Isabeau said I must be researching something since I was a traveler here in Vogard, and it felt easier to not say anything. So then why did I leave Kabue, travel for years, all to find myself in Vogard, if not for some intellectual pursuits? Well, I'm actually here in Vogard to find out more about myself. I suppose it's not very apparent to you, but My mother was Vogardian. I've lived my whole life in Kabue. My father was Kabuan and my mother Vogardian. I have no idea how they met, that he never told me, but all I know is that she never wanted a child. She left very early in my childhood and I never saw her again. Good riddance, if you ask me. But she left and didn't leave anything behind. No pictures, no letter, no family history. But what does it matter, right? My father was a good man and Kabue was my home. I used to think I didn't need to know about my history, about Vogard, but still a part of me was curious. And one day, a few years ago, a Vogardian merchant showed me her wares, and this book that she wouldn't let go of. A book of tales written by her whole family, a family tale. And she explained family tales to me. Generations of Vogardian parents writing stories for their children and writing them down in a book. So you'd end up with stories written by an entire lineage. And she was explaining the way the book was written, the rules of this particular way of telling stories, how friendly families shared their stories with each other, and how it had been done for generations, how it brought her closer to her family, her ancestors, and her culture. And while she was explaining all this to me, she suddenly stopped. And I was surprised to find out she'd stopped because I was crying. I didn't even realize it, because I wanted this. This connection that she had to a history that was also supposed to be mine. But it was stolen from me because my mother left. I'd never have a link to this culture. Ever. Unless I went there. So this is why... So I traveled to Vogard, and, well, the king took over shortly after I arrived, which did make things more difficult. But during my travels with you all, I got to know many Vogardians and see many Vogardian cities. I got to learn more about the country, its culture, its faith, its people, and I look and I learn, and this is the country my mother came from. It's half of me, but still, even now that I'm here in Vogard, I feel no connection to it whatsoever. I don't recognize myself here. Isn't that strange? Half of me should be from here, isn't it? Shouldn't I see something of myself here in the place that my mother came from? Shouldn't it be like looking in a mirror? Like a revelation? Shouldn't I see how Vogardian people act, how they think, and be able to say, so this is why I'm like this? Shouldn't I be able to call this place mine? But I can't, and it feels awful, like my roots have been cut off without my consent. Like my mother stole it from me. Like I really don't belong anywhere. But this is why I'm here still. To know as much as I can about this country, and in the meantime, find out if it'll make me find out more about myself. And I did find out more about myself during this journey, so I'm glad. It was an interesting question, is it not? How much do you carry of your country, of a culture that should have been yours but wasn't? It may not seem so to you, but to Kabue, my features are foreign. Just small things, my hair being slightly too thick, my brows too thin. Enough for me to look different here. I am other. So? What about Vogardians? Would they see me as one of theirs? Would I find myself in them? After coming here, I found out that no, of course not. Why would I? I've never been here before this journey. But at the same time, I am not the only one who is other. In fact, Vogard is filled with people who also come from other lands. Vogard welcomes people from all over the world, after all. So even if I did not find someone like me, I have found Vogard to be full of people that are similar to me. And I am very grateful for that. Stars. She's so lucky to be able to just go somewhere to try and find out more about her roots. So blindingly lucky. What about you, Seafreen? Are you finding out more about yourself in Vogard? What do you mean? Well, you didn't grow up in Vogard either, right? Do you have roots here? Or were you just passing through? Ha! My apologies. Forget I asked. I didn't say anything. You didn't need to. Your face said it all. Just because I'm telling you personal facts about myself doesn't mean you need to tell me anything in return. It was wrong of me to ask. We can forget about it. She goes back to looking at the Family Tales cover. We don't want to tell her. We don't want to speak of it. It's gone. Dead and buried. It doesn't exist anymore, not even in our memories. Talking about it makes it real. We don't want to. We don't want to speak of it, but we have to. We have to, because if the universe made us tell her once, it must want us to tell her every blinding time. The universe led us here. We can only follow. I don't remember much about where I'm from. Odile turns to look at us. Huh. Were you too small when you left, or was it because there was nothing worth remembering? Everything was worth remembering. Our country, our family, our childhood, the stars, it was all worth remembering. And yet, we can't remember any of it. What did our mother look like? What was our father's name? Did we even have either? What about siblings? What did we do during the day? What was our favorite food? What did we see in the stars? What was our life like? It escapes us. We can't grasp it. It keeps escaping us. It'll keep on escaping us until we die. Is it any wonder we crave knowledge? Habits? If it all keeps happening the exact same way every time, we'll never lose anything, will we? We'll have to remember it all because we're living it. Forever living in memories we can't let go of. We're so pathetic. Telling the king to let go? We can't even do that. Can't let go of it. This perfect play. Neither. But I can relate to you. Trying to find pieces of yourself wherever you can. Trying to find where you belong. Trying to find how your roots might have shaped you. Which parts of you created and which parts already were. We nod. But we'll never know. Seafreen? I don't know what you're going through right now. I suppose that even if I asked, you wouldn't answer me, but you know you're not only made of where you're from, right? If that was the case, everyone in Kabui would be the exact same. And everyone in Vogard would be the exact same. Where you're from matters, yes, but it's not the only thing that makes you, you. That's what I realized during this journey, Seafreen. I'm Kabuan and Vogardian in ways I do and don't realize. But I am also myself. One might say that's more important than being Kabuan and Vogardian, wouldn't you agree? We don't. She's the one who doesn't understand. What a privilege to be able to think your roots don't inform your identity. I do. Heh. Heh, that's interesting. I feel so much lighter now. Because you found a family tale? Yes, and also because we talked, Seafreen. Ha! Heh. Thank you for listening to me, Seafreen. We nod and smile. Heh. Now get out of here. I have a family tale to read before we all meet for our sleepover. We'll talk later. Go have fun. Odile smiles at us mischievously. Our researcher learned the skill Craft Break Alpha again. We get up and leave. I'm not gonna go on another big, long personal ramble this time. Seafreen's having a bad enough day, I don't need to make it worse. Hi, Isabeau, it's your turn! What horrors are we about to be in for with Seafreen's deteriorating mental state? Oh my god. We've gotta get him out of this loop. Isabeau's here, looking towards the house. Hi again, Seaf. What's up? So, hey, I finished helping everyone out. Huh? Oh, that's cool. I did see you running around with everyone earlier. It looked like fun. Oh, that's right, we didn't ask him if he needed any help this loop. Well, so do you need help with anything? Help? Oh! Yes, I do need help with something now that I'm thinking about it. Is that what you were doing today? Helping everyone out. I didn't know. I kept the best one for last. Aw, Seaf. I'm glad. I was just thinking I wanted to hang out with you today since I saw you running around with everyone. But you didn't talk to me much today, so I was, worried you didn't want... It doesn't matter. I'm glad I thought about what we could do today then. Are you ready now? We'll probably have to go to the clock tower immediately after we're done, so I don't think you'll have time to do anything in the village after. So I want to make sure you did everything you needed to. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Well, follow me, Seaf. Zone out? Absolutely not. Isabeau leads the way. The field again. He must have spent some time looking for a good spot to see the stars. Our throat tightens. So what do you need me to do? Huh? Oh, lay down with me? We lay down. And then? And then, look up. We look up. Stars, stars, stars all around us. We want to crush them all. You know, when you asked me if I needed help earlier, I wasn't sure what to say. I don't really need help with anything. And I did all I needed to prepare for tomorrow and stuff. But I saw you run around and help everyone today, and that seemed kind of fun. And so I thought, Steve's making sure to help everyone today, but I just want to hang out with him. And so, that's it. That's all I want you to do today. Let's just hang. Say the line. Why stars? Oh, so you know how you say this word when you're annoyed or something bad happens? I don't know what language it is, but I always thought it was like a swear word. Like crab. And I looked in a few books, but couldn't find the word anywhere, and I got really curious. And one day I heard someone else say it, so I asked them, and they said it means stars. I noticed you know stuff about the sky. You talked about planets once and the sun like you really knew what you were talking about. And sometimes when we slept outside, you'd spend most of the night looking at the night sky. And I thought that was interesting because I never thought about what's up there before. But, so I thought maybe you'd like to see the stars? Together. Or just in general. The stars won't listen. We can't say anything now, even if we wanted to. Oh no, was I wrong? Was it really more of an actual swear word like crab and where you don't actually like stars and stars are bad and gross? Did I step in it? Did I mess up? No, you didn't step in it. Oh, phew! I got scared. Anyway, I've heard some people can see stuff in the stars sometimes, like pictures. They're called something? Constellations. Constellations! Yes, that. Do you know some? We look up at the stars. We've forgotten them all. No, I don't know any. Huh. You're saying I didn't step in it, but... Steve? Change the subject. No, you're fine. Tell me something? Something? Something about you. Oh, okay. Well, okay, you know I'm from Javon, right? I lived there my whole life. It's a nice big city. More than one house, too. Way bigger than Dormont. Big enough that you don't know the life story of every person you see. Anyway, you might think it's surprising. I don't know. But when I was Bonnie's age, I was like the smartest smarty pants around. Not like slightly smart or anything, but like the nerdiest kid you could imagine. Like really imagine it. Big glasses, super neat braids, always knows the answer to any question the teacher has. Always getting perfect grades. Always too shy and focused on grades to even know how to make a friend in the playground. That was me! And I didn't really like myself. Cause like, I was smart, but I really hated being shy. Being alone, and not being able to even ask a classmate for a pen because I was so paralyzed by fear. And I was ready to spend the rest of my life like this. But one day, after years of living like this, I looked at myself and the way I was, the way I existed in this world. I looked at that kid in the mirror and I thought, is this it? Is this really who I want to be? Can I just be someone else? Someone they can make friends, someone people could love. Someone I could love. Someone I wouldn't feel ashamed of being. Can I just change? And that's one of the things people go to houses for, you know? To learn things, to train, to do bodycraft on yourself. To change. And you can stay for a bit and come back changed and no one would say a thing. They just accept the new person you've become. So I went to one of Chauvin's houses and threw myself into it. Trying to be the coolest, strongest, most dependable person around. Lifting weights, training my voice to be deeper, louder. Crafting my own body to be cooler, stronger. Looking at myself in the mirror every morning and yelling, I'm the coolest! Change is destruction, you know? To bring about change, you need to know you might hurt people. You might hurt yourself even. So you always have to be careful and think about whether the destruction you bring about is worth it. I decided it was.
So, the person I was before? I made them disappear? Killed them with my bare hands. Made sure they'd never, ever come back. So I could live. Oh, it sounds so bad when I say it like that. The kid I was before is still here. I just grew around them to protect them. Building an armor until it becomes a real thing. So I could become someone strong, someone outgoing. Someone comforting to be around. Someone I would have liked to know before. Meh, it doesn't matter that much. I'm here is what I mean. And I love myself so much more now than I did before. But even the person I am now is a work in progress. I want to change still. I became a big and strong and dependable, happy-go-lucky dude because that's who I needed to be. But lately I've been feeling like I need to let down the airhead facade a bit. Act less stupid, that sort of stuff. It doesn't feel great when people think I'm stupid just because I act a certain way. So it might change again soon, and become someone slightly new. That sounds cool, right? We're not the only one acting in this play, are we? Heh, I might change to be a mix between a jock and a nerd. Balancing it all, you know? I think I like Jerd more. So you're trying to turn into a Jerd? More like a knock. Sounds better, doesn't it? Better mouthfeel. They both sound bad, Isa. No, don't say that. You can be a smart jock. A smart jock? How avant-garde, right? Anyway, after we beat the king tomorrow and go our separate ways, we'll just change into someone else. Someone who can be both strong and smart. Both at once. What a concept. Doesn't that sound like someone cool? Doesn't that feel like someone you wouldn't feel ashamed of knowing? Isabeau. We want to tell him. We want to tell him that he brought laughter into our life before all this. That we learned puns and jokes to make him laugh. That we didn't know how to describe ourselves. We didn't even know who we even were. Until we said a bad pun once and he laughed so hard, we thought he was gonna pass out. That even now, we wouldn't trade this half-life for anything else. We want to hold his hand. We grip the grass under our palm. Isa. Yasif? I have never felt ashamed of knowing you. Not even a little bit. You're gonna make me blush, Sif! And, well, you know I feel the same, right? You're like maybe the coolest person I know. You know that, right? And I really like spending time with you. When we hang out, I always discover new things, like cool theater stuff, or even just something new about you. And I like how you always have a pun ready for any situation. How you breathe in this specific way sometimes, and I wish I could breathe with you to make you feel better. And I like the way your face looks when you eat your favorite foods. I want to know more about you. Talk with you more. Laugh with you more. And we hold our breath. Whoa, is that a shooting star? Hey, look up. Isn't it cool? We want to keep looking at him, but that's not what the script demands. Pulling our gaze away from him, we look up at the starry sky. We haven't seen a shooting star in years.
Aha! See, I told you they'd be here. You heard Isa mumble to himself about it earlier, more like. Hi, Seafreen. Hi, Isabeau. We figured you'd be here. Can we join you?
Everyone is here. Good to see you, everyone.
Such a beautiful night. Was it your idea to come here, Isabeau?
It was.
Under the stars, huh? How romantic. Very well done, Isabeau.
What? No, it wasn't romantic at all. Just a pals outing, a buddies hangout. I, of course, would bring any of you here.
Uh-huh. I brought our food, so we can eat here. A nightly picnic.
Oh, I can smell samosas. Yummy.
Yeah, I made a lot. Freen, take one. Take two, even. You deserve it. Seafreen sure worked hard today, didn't they? Thank you for your help earlier.
We look up from our samosa.
Yes, thank you, Seafreen. You've been a great help today. Freen taught me how to fight. I'll be able to help you out tomorrow. Ooh, I'm looking forward to it, Bonnie. Zod, did Freen help you today too?
We look at Isabeau. He was already looking at us, smiling. Of course Sif helped me today. Thank you for spending time with me, Sif. We smile back.
How wonderful. Thank you, oh great helper. Here, have another samosa.
And have some pate and bread.
I'm sure you want some tea too. And here's some of my curry.
Before the food even starts to sway, we eat everything on our plate. None of it fills our stomach.
Oh! We burp. Ew! Ha! Nice reflexes, Seafreen.
Everyone starts laughing happily. We laugh because the script demands this of us. We're disgusting, Seafreen. Look at us, going through the motions, making sure they like us, making sure they love us. We don't care about them anymore, do we? They're just characters in a play to us now. Our perfect play. Are we enjoying ourselves? Now that we know the exact steps we have to take to be loved by them?
Freen, you okay? Want some more snacks?
We smile. Yes, please.
Then eat! Eat as much as you want.
We all ate and laughed into the stars. Tomorrow, once again, we'll go into the house and fight the king. But today... But at least we're here. With them. Characters in a play they may be, but they're here. We know every single one of their lines at this point. But they're here. It's almost reassuring to know exactly how they'll react. It's not tiring or frightening at all. At least they're not leaving us behind. They're here. They're here, they're here, they're here, they're here, they're here, they're here. They are here, they are here, they're here, they're here. But we don't know how much longer it'll be enough for us.